she call my name. The rap game will never change.
I see, they get bored on something, boy. Hey, you gas nigga don't fuck with me.
Hey, you feel me?
I'm lit like a fireplace. My bars behind you in outer space. So many bars, I got a bar eight. I'm twisting up the weed like a twisted fate. Paper chasing fucking dinner date. Can't follow my cloud, you just leave a trace. Have him draw down, he don't trace. Have you do tricks like skate. They envy you, all you see is hate. Swim with the sharks with no tape. I play y'all in first grade. If I leave my bitch going downgrade. Worn up just like Ace Spade. Summer living haze underneath the shade. She coming back like a maid. Bust you now, she bust dead. Every day's a payday. Broken purple, don't see hate.
Hey,
Hit the block like I'm state to state. Niggas hella bleed, niggas hella gay. Niggas talking like he on the phone. Niggas talking to the fucking face like bitch, nigga gonna be gone. Hey, you know what I'm rolling, smoking. Bad bitch in the whip, she rolling, smoking. Hey, you know what I'm rolling, smoking. Bad bitch in the whip, she rolling, smoking. I gotta go till I get it all.
shout out to my boy Nemo Bass. Shout out to E-Gas too. My boy Nemo Bass had a studio out here in Manteca, but he delivered more now. Shout out to my boy Nemo Bass.
It's a quarantine zone. I'm always in my bag. I gotta live my life. I turn it up loud. If you really wanna get it, then you best get it down. No crown, gotta do the pound. We getting down. I'm hustling proud. You know the sound. You hold the head. I'm living down.
Hey.
See, I can please the crowd. Keep the connect like Henry Brown.
What?
Hit the stores just to browse. Knock it out in the first round.
Rolling, smoking.
In the
Whip, she rolling, smoking.
Hey, you know what I'm rolling, smoking. Bad bitch in the she
Rich. The rap game. Going insane. Making it rain. Fuck that. Give me a slur game. Wanna go like I was E40.
Like I was in 40, I've been
There it is.
some order in the store. My lyrics
Blow
blow
like a grenade.
I
Need an electrolyte.
I stay in all
Lane, I'm making plays.
I need my grenade. I got this hand, don't let me fade. I got your bitch in
My dick, she's trying to get laid.
I'm trying to get paid.
Hey.
I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid.
In the whip, I'm rolling, smoking. In the whip, she rolling, smoking.
Hey, in the wood, I'm rolling, smoking. Bad
Bitch in the whip, she rolling, smoking. Hey, that was a little
Shout out
shot.
to my boy E-Gas. We better cash. It's about time we go fast.
Hey. But that's my track right there. You guys can check out, of course, featuring, well, my boy E-Gas, and then featuring myself, Switch Rich, and my boy Nemo Bass, you feel me? We did this shit, like 3 years ago, you feel me? So, we dropped it in fucking 2022, 2022 at least, you feel me? So, we dropped that shit. But right now, it's on my playlist, on my Switch Rich tracks, of course. I have like about 24 tracks on there, to give or take, you feel me? Right now, where do I start? I'm on episode 73 today, you feel me, for season 15. I knocked out episode 71, shout out to my boy King Saito. And then episode 72 was my other two boys that came from Santa Rosa. Well, King Saito was from East Palo Alto. Then my other two boys that came on, January 9th was King Saito. January 10th was my boys from Santa Rosa, my boy Nathan Nice and his boy Deep Sea rolled through, you feel me? So that was episode 72. But right now, we're on episode 73. But like I said again, Who Got Fired Mob TV, like I've been doing this podcast since 2018. We're already in 2025 now, you feel me? So straight up. A lot of artists have been on this channel. Shout out to everybody from the past, you feel me? So let's go. Let me get into my magazines and my t-shirts real quick, and I'm going to introduce my boy in a minute, you feel me? Let me put this out real quick. So let's go into, let's go into the magazines real quick. Shout out to All Band Music right here. My boy BZ Mac a while back, he shot this to me. It got Burner on the cover, of course. You guys see it. Cookies hats right here. You feel me? Cookies right here. We got a lot of dope articles in here. You know what I mean? I've been following this magazine too for a minute. So, you know what I'm saying? So, my boy BZ Mac's article is up in here. You guys can check out. But there's so much who got not who got fired, but all Bay music issues out there you guys can cop. But let me go to my boy's article real quick. He's in this magazine. I'm looking for the page, right? My bad. Oh, right here. Shout out to my boy BZ Mac. You feel me? You guys can check him out in the issue of All Bay Music. You feel me? So shout out to All Bay Music and Cookies. And then you flip it around real quick. There's this thing called the Gauger app as well. You guys can download it. Basically, you can gauge the community for like more stuff you can use. So like basically the reach, the panel, the free signups. Of course, you can gauge the community and the perks and all that stuff like that. So I recommend you guys download this app called the Gauger app. You feel me? Basically, I guess it boosts up your business stuff too as well. So the Gauger app. So shout out to All Bay Music too as well with Burner on the cover. You feel me? And then we got Goder magazine, of course. RP the Jacket. You feel me? Goder. I've been having this magazine too as well. They're a good magazine to check out. They're basically like they do a lot with. My bad. Drop the mic. My bad. Bloopers. You feel me now? All friggin' Goder magazine. You feel me? RP the Jacket. And you flip it around real quick. We got Cool John from HBK Gang too as well on the back of it. A lot of good articles too as well up in here. You feel me? They got the Jacket exclusive article you guys can check out. Of course, Starter Cane and stuff like that. Oh yeah, this is what you call it? Let me see. This is actually the Jacket, the Mob and Peace right here. This is the Jacket article you guys can check out in this magazine. You feel me? So I've been having this magazine for a while. So shout out to Goder magazine and shout out to All Bay Music. And then let me go into One Roll magazine. You feel me? I'm always shouting this magazine out on my channel too as well, bro. Shout out to my boy Caesar. Any artist I recommend to be in this magazine as well. Right now he has good deals. He does it on streaming platforms too as well. The magazine's online. And you guys can get physical copies too as well. I'm in this issue, of course, with Louis Russell on the cover. You know what I'm saying? He just shot this to me basically back in probably the November, December I got this magazine. And basically, of course, Louis Russell's right here. And basically, my Who Got Fired Cypher, I have 2 of them out. So I shot one in 2023 and then I just shot one last year in 2024. So basically, he put my Who Got Fired Cypher in the magazine, you feel me? So we got me, myself, of course. You guys can scan the QR code to my Instagram and to my YouTube channel link as well. And then the QR code strictly to the video for the Who Got Fired Cypher is in this magazine. So it's like I said again, all the artists that I had on it, I had 7 artists, including myself. I put myself at the end. So shout out to my boy K-Dub. You feel me? From, I guess, Pittsburgh, if I'm not getting that mistaken. Pittsburgh. My boy Cash Worm from Richmond. My boy Young Space from Fresno. My boy Filthy Phil from Stockton. My boy Devin the Chief from Manteca. And then, of course, my boy Buddha for Away from San Jose, and then my boy Egas from Merced. So all these artists, including myself, we did pretty good on it. But Who Got Fired Cypher Part 3, I will be having this year in March coming up around my birthday. So basically, I'm going to have 10 artists. We're going to do 2 videos, 5 and 5. We're going to both post them on YouTube. So basically, who's all been on the channel, we're going to get them on the Cypher. So like I said, again, I need to get artists to get on it. I got my boy Shot by Menace is going to come through again to shoot it. We did good on the second one, you feel me? So that's what I'll say. Who Got Fired Cypher Part 3 coming this year, 2025. But shout out to my boy Caesar from One Roll Magazine. Then there's another magazine that I got, of course, One Roll Magazine. My boys that came out from Santa Rosa. This is the 707 edition from the Bay. So shout out to Product, shout out to Singular. Shout out to my boy Ice Mees on the cover. You feel me? This is a 707 edition that they just shot to me. They autographed it too as well for me. My boy Deep Sea and Nathan Nice. And then they're both in the magazine too. They're right here on the cover. And then my boy Deep Sea, he basically, this is Dead on Arrival album. And basically he autographed this to me when they just came out. So shout out to my boy Deep Sea as well. His interview is out right now. I'm about to probably drop the music performance in a little bit too, but both of their interviews are out right now. So like I said again, shout out to Caesar, shout out to Goder, and shout out to All Bay Music. Well, let me go into the t-shirts real quick. We got my boy Del Fetty. He's from Antioch, California. This is his brand called P This Up. He shot this to me on an interview too as well a while back. Let me toss those over there real quick. Oh yeah, you got it. There we go. And then we got my boy Kid Versace, Kingless Kingdom. You can check him out on episode 2 and 3 as well, back in 2018. Those are on my playlist too as well, on the Mob TV episodes. Oh yeah, there we go. And then we got the slogan for Who Got Fired Today's openers are tomorrow's headliners. Who got fired? You feel me? We've been having the slogan. I've been having this shirt since 2018. Shout out to my boy Young Drew Dallas from the Bay Area, who got the track out with Mafioso with Mac Dre back in the day. Shout out to my boy Drew, who's the one who created Who Got Fired. You feel me? So I've been pushing this brand for him ever since. Oh yeah, my bad. There we go. And then I got this T-shirt a while back in Tracy at a T-shirt company. I got the Who Got Fired logo on the T-shirt. You feel me? And then last but not least, the one I'm wearing right now is MLB TV. You feel me? So right now, let's jump into it. Episode 72 coming in right now. My boy Sticky Icky. You feel me? From Manteca, California. Let's go.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, bro?
How you doing? Good.
Yeah, you ready today?
Is it on?
Oh yeah, son. You got it.
Hello. Yeah. How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How
You feel me? Shit, man. Like I said, this is a good interview today. I wanted to get you on it, man, and thank you for sliding through, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh yeah. My bad.
That's my leg right there.
It's all good. It's good. But yeah, bro. Fucking let's know. Let's one. Of course, you from the 209. You feel me?
Yes, sir. From Manteca, born and raised.
Okay.
But I've lived all over. I've moved around a lot as a kid.
Okay. Let's get a background story a little bit about yourself.
All right. Yeah. So I was born in Manteca, but I originally didn't even live in Manteca. It's just the closest hospital. So I moved out to Manteca though in I want to say 3rd grade, maybe like towards the end of 3rd grade. So that would have been me. I'm 32, so I'm a little old, but still in my prime. But I moved out here. I want to say the year 2000.
In 2000?
Yeah. The only reason why I remember that is because 4th grade was 9/11.
Yeah.
So I remember. So I'm pretty sure it was 2000. Moved out here in the year 2000.
Okay.
And then I had like grandpas lived in the Bay Area, and my mom and my grandpa, they're all from Union City, Hayward, so I always got roots back out there. And then I lived in Bakersfield. Shout out to 661 and all my Bakersfield folks, the SoCal, or the middle, right before SoCal people.
Yeah, Bakersfield.
Yeah, I lived out there for 2 years. It was terrible. Fucking hated it, but
I heard it's fucked up what just happened, but talking about the politics, but I heard that hell of illegals out there that were stopping people out there in Bakersfield from what's going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. There's so many.
Yeah.
It's a big city too. It reminds me of Stockton a little bit.
Yeah,
the way it is
Bakersfield
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely reminds me of Stockton a little bit, but it's
That's like right before you go into Magic Mountain, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, before the Grapevine.
Before the Grapevine, yeah.
It's different. Like, I feel that's one thing about, I could honestly say from my personal experience from SoCal into NorCal, is that the NorCal people out here are like a lot more humbler. I guess. Yeah, and just more down to earth. Like out there in SoCal, everyone's, I don't want to say grimy, but I just felt like when I lived out there, I got into more problems than I did up north, and I didn't get along with a lot of people, and I got into a lot more trouble in SoCal than I did in NorCal, and it was basically because like people were rude, didn't have no respect, and were like stuck up. And I came from like a community. Manteca is a family city, so I come from a community where it's like people don't disrespect each other. They have manners and shit. Out there, people were kind of rude, didn't have manners in Bakersfield. So but shout out Bakersfield. Shout out the people I met out there and the people that I still talk to from out there. Shout out my partner Ted that passed away.
So you said you've been out here since 2000, and basically, like I said, you moved all over. That's pretty good. But basically, you just stuck with Manteca, though, right? Out here, like where?
So I moved back to Manteca. I lived in Manteca from like 2000 to about 2006. And then I moved back. I moved to Bakersfield for a couple of years. I moved back in probably 2006.
2006?
Yeah, and it was my freshman year of high school. But it's cool because I lived right near the high school that I ended up going to. So when I got to the high school, I already knew a bunch of people, so I wasn't really like a new kid. I didn't really have to go through that whole new kid experience. I got to the high school and I knew everybody because they remembered me from 2 years ago from elementary and shit. So it was cool. I loved it. I went to that high school.
Okay.
It's very diverse. I have a lot of Filipino friends. Shout out my Filipinos. Got a lot of Filipino friends, a lot of black friends, a lot of Mexicans. It was diverse, I was cool with a lot of different friend groups, the jocks, the emo kids, the fucking skaters, the potheads, But it was cool. It's diverse. It was very cultural, like it. I don't want to say cultural, but it was a diverse culture at the school that I went to, Manteca High. Shout out the Buffs.
Okay.
Bleed green. Bleed green.
The Bucks. Yeah.
The Buffs.
Oh, the Buffs. Yeah, Buffaloes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been, like I said, I'm from Manteca too, and, you know, I've been out here since fucking 2002. You know, and I'm from the Bay, I'm from Hayward, but, when I came out here, I was at East Union and shit. You know, but yeah, I said Manteca, like you said, is a really, humble, like, cool city, you feel me, family oriented. And then, you know, just, you know what I'm saying, like I said, with you moving around a lot, you know, it's pretty dope. So how long you been, basically, let's talk about music right now. Let's talk about how long you been, when did you was wanted to get on the mic and how long you been making music?
So, me growing up, I never really wanted to be a rapper. I always wanted to be like a videographer almost.
Oh, to shoot videos?
Yeah, I
Like,
always wanted to
photos?
be like the guy on the football field recording
Behind the
football
scenes?
games. And I always wanted to be like that cameraman that's filming the wrestling event, like ringside.
Yeah.
But how I really got into music and rapping, I guess, was actually I was on a vacation, and I was out in Sebastopol up near Santa Rosa,
Okay.
and I was with my cousin, and he took me, or we was in a cabin with no electricity, so pretty much anything that we had in the house was pretty much was like on batteries.
On batteries?
Yeah, on batteries. So we had pretty much nothing to do besides be outdoors and then just kind of kick it. And my cousin, he actually was into music. He actually had a studio and everything back home out here.
Uh-huh.
And we were only like, I want to say 12 years old.
12
So we were like 12 years old, probably like 7th grade. This is actually, I didn't even live in Manteca. This is when I was actually living in Bakersfield.
Okay.
I was just down for summer break.
Over summer break, yeah.
And then we were at the cabin, and we had a boombox, and then we had a CD. The CD was just a bunch of instrumentals.
What?
And the instrumentals were DJ Quick and fucking Warren G instrumentals, and a lot of West Coast fucking like Snoop Dogg kind of West Coast DJ Quick kind of old school G-Funk era kind of beats. And that weekend we sat there and wrote a bunch of songs and just was trying to, write songs. We was just writing songs all weekend.
What?
And then when we got back into Manteca, we tried to record them and stuff, and just from there, the love of it just grew.
From there.
Yeah, I started recording songs every week.
What?
We started making a bunch of songs, started putting them on MySpace. This is when MySpace days were popping.
Yeah, the streaming platforms, yeah, back then, yeah. Oh, so do you have your MySpace profile still up and running or what? Or no?
Definitely, no, they definitely lost all that shit.
Yeah, I know, because I was like, I had a few tracks on there too, and like, yeah, all my shit got deleted. Now that's kind of like, wow. But back in the MySpace days, that's dope, though, how you got tracks back then. How many tracks, though, like you said, on the MySpace pages that you think of?
We had at least like 4 to 5 for
4
sure.
to 5 of them on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cause that was like the limit, I think, too, or you could have put more tracks. Oh, okay.
I was looking for my hair time. What shit?
Oh, did you drop it?
Get my hair out, please.
All good, all good.
My bad. Long hair.
It's good. You feel me? But like I said, with the track though back then, but you could like put more on there on MySpace. But yeah. Yeah, that's how I first started too. Like when I started promoting, I was on MySpace and like taking pictures, going to shows and shit like that too. Well, I mostly in the 209, like I was mostly Modesto, Stockton, and Manteca basically.
You know what's crazy about the MySpace days?
Uh-huh.
Is I'll forever vouch for this because I'll forever remember this. G-Eazy.
Okay.
G-Eazy, he used to be one of those people that was really pushing super hard on MySpace. I'll never forget G-Eazy he was one of those guys that,
When he first started coming out?
was like, you would see his name everywhere because he was just one of those guys that would just post his shit non-stop, comment his shit non-stop, and everyone's thing. So shout out G-Eazy because I'll never forget when you were first coming up and to see how far you come. That's it's truly amazing. Like to see LaRuss too.
Yeah.
Like that, it just shows that hard work does
pay off.
Yeah, and does go somewhere.
Yeah. So with G-Eazy, so basically you talked with him on there or no?
No, I just used to see him he would comment on even my shit probably back in the day. He commented on every single person you could think of. You probably know G-Eazy probably commented on it.
Oh, that's
his
tight.
music link or something.
Yeah, on MySpace.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I'll forever remember that.
So basically, you started in making music basically in Bakersfield or like back and forth out here too? Like,
No, so I really I made music out here, and then when I went back to Bakersfield, I was starting to write stuff, starting to download YouTube beats and shit,
yeah,
and then I would always record whenever I came back out here, because pretty much I had the my cousin had the studio out here, and then eventually it became just meeting more people and just talking to more people around town. Then I had another cousin who had a studio. Shout out Gibby.
Gibby,
And
Gibby.
I started recording
With him?
Yeah, I started recording with Gibby too.
Okay. And basically you just took it off from there, right? With the tracks, or like I said, with albums though, like, what was your first, like, basically your tracks, of course, on MySpace and stuff like that, but when did you first started dropping your official albums or EPs?
So right now, I think I got about 7, I want to say 7 albums online.
Okay.
7 that I've dropped, like either solo or group ones.
Yeah.
But I really feel like, because I used to do music for fun, I was a 3-sport athlete, so I would do music for fun. I could never really focus on it growing up as a kid like that.
Yeah.
It was just a hobby to me.
Yeah.
But then after high school, that's when I started taking it more seriously, and then I started doing my first music video, and then I started dropping like a little EP. I think my first ever album or mixtape we dropped was called Sticky Money, Just Getting Started, me and my boy Gutterman.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Gutterman. He was supposed to be here today, but got a little sick, so.
It's all good. So that's the Sticky Money album. When did that, what year, when you guys dropped that?
I want to say that was 2011.
Oh, 11? Oh, okay. It's already been over a decade and we're dropping that. And then anything after, of course, after that?
Yeah, we dropped a few. We dropped a second one too. So me and him dropped it was called Just Getting Started Volume 1.
Okay.
And then we dropped Just Getting Started Volume 2. And then we kind of expanded. At first it was just me and him really, like kind of our little group. But then we had some other boys that rapped too. And they were like people that we kicked with every day. And we full on like believed in them. So we encouraged them to start making songs more.
Yeah.
And got them in the booth with us too.
Okay.
And then that's where Hella Click started, like pretty much branched off.
With you guys?
Yeah, like most people know, they think of Hella Click, they think of like just the main 4 people, like me, Guttermain, Nevelo, and Lil Pope.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other people too that were behind the scenes that even still rap to this day.
Yeah.
They're just not as known as the rest of us, so it sucks. But we still try to, shout them out, put them out there.
Yeah.
Shout out like Flake Gang JR, shout out Senor.
Okay.
Shout out Londo, shout out Connor Millen, shout out Hector, Ziggy, who else? JJ, Mr. For Really. There's a bunch of them, life's moved on since then, so we all kind of lost the touch with one another somewhat. Or I know some of us don't really talk as much to the other ones as like some of the others do, but
yeah,
it's like a Wu-Tang thing kind of situation. Yeah, collective that kind of everyone branches off into their own.
Shit, yeah. That's kind of like, of course, SOBRB and the pack and stuff like that. What was I gonna say? So basically, from 2011, you had it was like what around 2011, 2012. Well, of course, like 3 albums out or like EPs. You were saying?
Yeah.
At that time.
About like 3 little mixtapes.
3 little mixtapes. Oh, okay. And then I would say let's go into what anything in 2014, 2015. From back then.
I'd have to check the exact. Let me see. Check the exact dates on certain things.
Okay.
I did this recently do all this. So my first official album released May 2016.
2016. Okay.
And that's like I did this song. I felt like I kind of
So like 7 years ago, or almost 8, 7 years ago. Yeah.
But actually, now I think about it, like the Hella Giggin' video.
Yeah.
That came out, a couple years before. So like this album, when I dropped my first album, it probably took me almost 3 years to put it together.
Then you just crafted it yourself?
Yeah, I did like a bunch of videos before I dropped the album, but the album, it was Sticks, Not for Kids. And then the videos I did for that album were good. It was got a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
And I started to get like a lot of people supporting me and stuff. So from that moment on, I realized I had to keep going.
Keep going
Just
from
keep
there.
going.
Yeah. That's tight though. So basically, 2016 was your first official album then?
Yeah, but I already had, at that point, I already had a couple videos out.
Yeah.
Like 2014 was when I dropped Hella Giggin', Hawaiian Punch and Goldfish.
Okay.
And then I had, what's it called too? The song that I felt really kind of put me on was They Must Have Forgot.
Oh yeah, that song.
And it was like,
I heard that.
That was like more of me shit talking, really talking about how I'm kind of getting slept on as an artist.
Yeah.
And then people actually, from that song, people stopped sleeping on me, so it was cool.
Yeah. To really know who you were. Yeah. That's tight though. With your that's your first album, but of course you got more after 2016 that you just got done working on.
So then my second album I dropped was called Grimy, and then that one was 2017.
17.
Yeah.
Oh what?
And then that one had shout out my boy Dayla, Track Nation. That was my boy. He was a producer, and he had a studio out in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
And he actually moved to Germany for a minute, but he has a studio in LA right now.
Oh what?
He made like all the beats on there, and it's all hyphy. Oh, that whole album is like just straight hyphy.
Hyphy shit.
Yeah, just old school hyphy.
With whatchamacallit, with that album, or how many tracks were on it?
10.
10? Okay. Then they're all what, features or just some features and you?
Yeah, I think I had like maybe 3-4 solo songs. The rest of them features.
Oh, okay.
And it's all just everybody in that. That was all. The cool thing is, I take pride in this shit too, is that a lot of my albums are almost organically made. Like, from the beat to the person I know on the song.
Yeah.
Is someone that I know personally, or someone that is from the 209 also, or someone that I've worked with, or just from my personal life.
Oh, okay.
It's like almost every single beat is always exclusive. Like the beat that we almost every single album of mine, damn near, is a beat that, no one else will be able to get on, and then they won't ever find. Like that's my beat.
That's your beat, yeah.
Yeah, or me and my boys made that ourselves.
Oh, okay.
So
you guys have programs, of course. You make your own instrumentals.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Have you been to a point? Of course, you paid for beats for exclusive rights and all that.
Yeah, definitely. I got a bunch of boys that are super. I don't want to say popping, but they're super up there with the beats. Shout out my boy Vibes, and Miguel, and then Ofer, and then they've actually they've got a lot of placements and big
stuff.
Yeah,
big
especially.
Okay.
That's actually, I forgot to mention that. That's actually shout out to Miguel. Probably one of the biggest things when we were first coming up. Our boy Miguel, he was a big SoundClick producer.
Okay.
So he sold a lot of beats on SoundClick.
What?
And he had a bunch of beats. And he gave me and Gutterman, that's how we made our first albums, just getting started, 1 and 2. He gave me a CD with like 40 beats.
What?
For free.
That's tight.
And he charges like, 300 to 500 a beat or some shit. So, and that was back in the day when we were like barely 18, 19.
Yeah.
And he gave us 40 beats and fucking ran with it from there.
Man.
And then after that, I started buying exclusives off him.
Yeah. So it just each one. Were you of course with the beats, like how I would say this, like when they came to you, like what would you think about? Like, did you have like a format on the tracks you wanted to drop? Like what would they been about?
Yeah, usually, so like I have like the same kind of process I always do. And so like I always like go with the beat and then kind of build around a chorus.
Chorus to it, yeah.
Yeah, I always like, I feel like verses are easiest, so I always kind of focus on the verse last.
Verse last, yeah. Or the hooks, you mean the easiest, or the verse?
Nah, the verse.
Verse are easier, yeah.
Yeah, the hooks is like, the momentum or the attention grabber. So I feel like you gotta kind of make a catchy hook or something that everyone can kind of vibe to.
Yeah.
And then your verse, you could just do whatever, go wild, however you want.
Yeah. That's how, like with me, with my tracks, just different styles and stuff, I had a song called Pop Them Bottles, and then I did a Wild Wild West song, of course, and like different themes or whatever. It's always like, of course, the track about it. Basically, it mixes you up as an artist and like to see what you can like bring. Just the different avenues of the tracks. You feel me?
Yeah.